Okay, so we're headed to Oklahoma City to present to the Public Works Department of city, give them our presentation about our business and what we do. We took some of our employees, which I'll show you in just a second. We took some of our employees with us so that they can meet some of the cast and crew of this circus. We're gonna go get this thing done, and we'll check in later on and let you know how it went. Doing all right.
We're doing much better once we get to say hi to your friends.
Michael, nice to meet you. That's my wife. That's my brother, Ryan.
I'm not his wife.
I was like, well.
No, but...
That's my wife, Kaylee. This is my brother, Ryan.
Nice to meet you both.
Yep. We brought the easy to handle ones. They'll stop stinking once they get out of the truck.
That's a hot mic.
That is sensitive.
I don't think I'll need that at all.
I feel like you're approximately as loud as that.
Yeah.
I could whisper in it.
Yeah, 100%.
Hello, everybody.
Do you have any heartburn if we record this just now for us?
The other one's like stuck.
I was hoping you had one of the ones in the back that I could see from over here.
You guys have generated a lot of excitement.
Have we?
Oh, really?
Everybody's very excited to meet her.
She's trying to fart her.
Hold it. Just kind of give you guys our elevator pitch and show you what we do and how we do it. And then at the end of it, we're going to go outside. We're going to have a meet with some of my actual employees that do the actual thing. Okay. So I'm an instructor at my full-time job. In my other life, I'm an instructor. I'm going to tell you what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to tell you we talked about it. And then we'll go from there, okay? You're also going to hear me say stuff like track and check. Okay, everybody understand? I'm going to ask rhetorical questions. I'm going to look at you and be really weird. I'm an instructor. I can't help myself. I apologize in advance. I just want to get that out there. Okay, so we're going to talk about who we are, the problems and opportunities, problems that the communities face, the opportunities we see them as, how the goats actually do their thing, their biology and how they help and how they deal with stuff. We're going to talk about how our process works, the community engagement that we do, and why we do that. We're going to answer any questions you guys have, and then we're going to have show and tell and a meet and greet with some of our employees, okay? If you have a question, I'm a grown-up, I do. So first off, we're going to talk about who we are and how we got started. Like I said, my name is Michael. This is my wife, Kaylee. My brother, Ryan. My last name is Bucinius. Nobody in this room will say it correctly, including my wife. It was wrong on our day of my academy. I'm a full-time police officer by trade. I've been doing that for almost 10 years. First day of the academy, a guy walked in and said, "What is that name?" And I said, "Bucinius." And he said, "No, it's not. It's Bus now." And so I've been Bus for 10 years. That's why we're Bus for Brush Cleaner Goats. Just kind of a tongue-in-cheek shot at that. Decided that we needed stuff to do, right? So we're gonna get some livestock. It's fine with me. I grew up working on farms and ranches. I was okay with it. I wanted a couple of calves. I wanted some pigs. I wanted some chickens. She wanted goats because she'd seen some cute goat videos. I decided, because of how I grew up, the dudes I grew up working for, I don't want goats. Goats tear your fence up. They eat everything. They tear stuff up. They're a pain in the butt. They smell bad. You don't want goats. Don't get goats. So we compromised. And we got goats after a long conversation. Doing homework with my kids, and he's bored with that, so he's got to have a friend. So I get the goat a friend, and then after he gets a friend, his friend needs a friend, and they need girlfriends, and you can see where this goes, right? So this picture here is the cedar trees that you can see at the top of the picture over there. The goats have killed everything on the cedar tree that they can reach about this high, and it's killed the bark, killed the limbs, killed the bark, ate all the needles, started stripping the bark off the trunks and killing the trees themselves. Cedar trees are made out of gasoline and napalm and high explosives, and I don't know what they're made out of, but they're dangerous. And so the fact that the goats kill them. And I come across a guy doing this, same thing we're doing now, in New Mexico. His name's Gallatin Goat Grazing Pumpkin Patch or something. It's a weird name, but he does this in New Mexico, using goats and sheep for vegetation management in New Mexico. And in the state I was in, I was like, I can do that. Surely I can do that. That doesn't seem that hard. I know how to work hard. Like my business cards say COO, what it means is labor monkey. My wife tells me where to go when I go do the thing. That's the easiest way for me to do life. So we start talking about it, and I start talking to some of my partner as I go back to work, and we're talking about it, and him going around and trying to make up our minds as to whether we're going to try it or not. And for those of you that are old enough to remember Bill O'Reilly and this scene here, this is where we just kind of decided we'll do it live. Heck with it, let's give it a try. And so in January of 2025, we officially started an LLC. Before that, we had done this for neighbors and friends and partners and stuff like that. But we officially started our LLC. We are a licensed LLC in the state of Oklahoma that does this for a living now as a side business to my full-time police stuff. So we started doing it, and we've been doing it ever since.
Could goats save western Oklahoma? One senator says maybe.
This is a battle on the western side of Oklahoma. We remove them mechanically. We try chemicals.
He and many other lawmakers for years have been trying their best to remove red cedar trees across the state. They've fueled fires in many situations, including Stillwater.
They are actually a can of gasoline sitting on the prairie.
In an interim study, lawmakers heard from a group of people who own goats. They have a contract with Midwest City to clear brushes and more right now. But what about red cedars?
It's not necessarily what they're going to go to first, but in the wintertime when there's nothing else green, I think goats will 100% eat cedar trees just from what I've seen in my personal experience.
Those goats could be at the center of a bill next year at the Capitol following this interim study because the senator says the trees need to go.
We'll never get rid of them, but let's manage their population.
It's a very interesting deal. You don't have to pay the goats labor.
Exactly, exactly.
Reporting, Dakota Wapakichi, KOCO 5 News.